Hello, pile one. So, welcome to your reading. We're looking at your creative success, the destiny of your creativity, what you're going to be building, blah, blah, blah. Already, I have some amazing energies coming through. So, thank you for being here, by the way. Really, really love connecting in this way. And especially with energy like this, because holy smokes. So, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Sun, King of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. You cannot get, honestly, the omens in this reading are so incredible. They're so positive. I'm just like, we should just hang out here all day long. Do you know what I mean? So let's get to it. So your creative destiny has to do with, listen up. I'm not even kidding you. It has to do with building wealth. It has to do with building actual financial wealth. And this is not to say that you are a finance person, like that you are in the industry of money or finance building. You could be interested in, or at some point in your journey, you will become interested in investments and learning how to use your money to build wealth. I think that that's a genius idea if you can do that. But I don't think that that's actually where the creative destiny begins for you. I am seeing there's so much earth, emotional fulfillment, and sunlight. So like joy, play, creativity. I am seeing you guys as creatives really in the truest sense. You enjoy being embodied in your life, embodied in the joy of living. And there's something about that that is actually key to you building this sense of stability, this actual stability with the 10 of Pentacles here. It does involve a divine partnership as well. I don't think that this is necessarily part of your personal creative stuff, although I think that, your creative trajectory per se, but I do think that in some way it does play a part. Like King and Queen of Pentacles here are two people who are equally matched, who both want to build together. This is a power couple energy, and then they show up here in this 10 of Pentacles card as well. This is a power couple energy that wants to build together. So that I'm seeing very, very, very clear. If you don't already have a partner that you're building with, this is totally, literally in the cards for you. You are going to be surprising yourselves around what is actually possible to be created here. I think also some of these cards came out reversed when I first pulled them, but I felt called to read them upright. But I do think, especially with the 8 of Swords here, that all of you tuning into this reading will understand when I say that this has been a journey of shifting your mindset. So everything that I'm saying to you, you may or may not be like, yes, this is coming. You might already be in the energy of receiving this and of building this, even if it's early stages. If you were seeing this reading and you haven't, this kind of stuff hasn't started happening in your life yet, it's because you have, or you're in the process of shifting your mindset to actually believe that this is possible. So it's your destiny, your creative destiny, your manifested destiny, the thing that you are going to bring in to your world. It's already going to be happening because you're here watching this reading. So everything that you want to build, it is possible because you want it to be, if you understand me. So your desire leads you to your destined reality, to your desired reality, to that dream life. But you have to come to this point in your path, or you had to come to this point in your path, where you actually believe that. And I don't mean just okay, think that might be true, you're thinking it in your mind. It's no. You have a full body understanding that is actually true. And the reason that the way that you're going to be able to get into that energy of fully understanding that is, first of all, just doing what you're doing. So if you continue on what you're doing with self-care, with enjoying, really angling your life into certain areas and directions that actually feel good for you, respecting your personal needs and setting boundaries in the way that you need to with people, places, things, all this kind of stuff. Also spending your energy as if it were money, spending your energy on things that actually light you up and that actually make you feel good physically, mentally, and emotionally. This is going to put you in alignment to such a degree that you start to actually manifest things. And this may have already been happening for you, so you're already in this really empowered state of like knowing that your dreams are coming into being. But like I said, if you're still waiting to kind of feel the reality of that, it is going to show up. You just have to keep doing what you're doing, and then your life will prove itself to you. You know what I mean? Like this magic will prove itself to you in and around you, and it's a process, a naturally growing process of becoming more spiritually connected and physically embodied. Okay, that's what I'm really hearing. You guys, I think you must be artists or creatives of some kind. You definitely have an understanding of manifestation or an interest in manifestation, maybe even somatics, maybe therapy, self-care, beauty, art, things like this that really, when you're in your energy, when you're in your basically like your vibe, you feel sexy, abundant, beautiful, magnetic. These are, when you're doing the things that you love, you feel joy, you feel grounded, you feel powerful, you feel rich. This is the codes for you. These are the energy codes for you. So if you're spending your energy doing things that make you feel depleted, that is, you will know that that's taking you off track, or that thing does not belong on your path, okay? So you're being encouraged to stay in the energy of Empress, Queen of Pentacles, and the Sun. You're being encouraged to be guided by personal joy and personal satisfaction. There has been in your past some limiting beliefs, some conditioning, societal conditioning that's told you that if you follow your personal joy and your personal satisfaction, that it's somehow destructive or selfish, and that it's wrong, that it somehow takes away from others. This is not so. This is a lie. And if you haven't already come to the point where you know that that's a lie and you've released it, this is what you are being called to dive deep into right now, is dive deep into self-worth. I'm hearing self-worth politics. So that's fascinating. That as if your self-worth could ever be up for debate of some kind, that it's something that can shift depending on who deems it worthy or not. No. Your worth and your beauty is inherent to who you are. It's inherent. It's actually your authentic self. It's your authentic power. Your power actually is rooted in your sensuality, your sensuous nature. And I don't mean that in like a, all your worth is your sexuality. No, I mean like your presence, your energy, and your experience of living, your enjoyment of living life. That is actually what your power is rooted in, and it's what all your manifestations kind of come to, like are magnetized to. So it's really genuinely really important for you to unlock your energy, unlock that energy of personal joy and play and fun and beauty and sensuality. This is good for you. This is very, very good for you. And it plays a really, really significant part on your path and your creative trajectory. I'm also seeing like a very nurturing energy here as well, where you're going to have pets, you're going to have, if you want children, there's going to be this energy of like things that you're caring for. So motherhood or parenthood of some kind is going to be significant to you. It's going to be something that you will enjoy. And you might still have, like I said, this like confusion or fear or limiting beliefs around taking on a role like that, or actually believing that it's possible for you. But this is like something that you're born to do. So when the timing is right, everything was going to be happening in the right time. That's what I'm really getting for you guys, is you have a very grounded presence. And because you live so fully in this world, and you really enjoy the process of, or the experience of living in this world, things are going to really work out for you in the right timing, because you're in alignment with the earth. You're in alignment with this, also with like the celestial objects, you know, with the sun and the moon. You're here living in connection with all beings, and that's your divine power, that's your divine connection, and that is going to help you to call in everything that you need at the right time. So you're really being encouraged to ground, to get into the sun. The sun is going to be really helpful for you. We are now going into summertime, so hopefully you can get a lot of sun and water time, and that's going to help you to really like bring forth the things that, or to ground into your energy, so that you can really allow your creative projects to bloom. You know, like your magic comes from grounding like this, and from calming your nervous system, from being connected to the world, That's literally like your main job, is to be in your divine feminine, basically. And your divine masculine counterpart is going to come in to reflect this energy that you have. But it's also because you have balanced out this yin yang inside of yourself. Your masculine energy looks like it feels like rootedness, self-trust, and a willingness to show up, to be committed. It's a very earthy energy. You guys are probably like have Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo in your chart. I'm also seeing like Leo. The energy of Leo is really important for you to tap into, even if you don't have that in your chart. And Taurus energy is really important for you to tap into right now, even if that's not part of your zodiac sign, because this is your energy of abundance. Yeah. I'm just going to see if there's any other messages coming through. If you want to take a big inhale with me and a big exhale, you can just release all of that tension. Another one in and out. Yeah, there's a lot of joy here for you to have. This is what is coming in for you, is a life of play and joy. It's really that simple. Like, that's what I'm hearing. It's really that simple. Your creative destiny, it's full of painting and play and self-care, beauty, being in nature, building a family. This is a huge part of your creative destiny, is building a family, building wealth, and creating cool things with money, like with the wealth that you have. Space, money, stability, partnership. I mean, this is like an incredible reading of abundance. So whoever's tapping into this reading, like, God bless you. Like, honestly, this is so fucking amazing and cool. You just bring an energy of wealth and beauty and joy and also nurturing to the world. But it's powerful. You are not a passive person. You're lit up by the sun. It's like you are literally carried by the divine, and others can revel in your beauty and in your divine presence. Wow. Okay, pile one, thank you so much for being here. What a group of powerful sacred beings you are, and I hope that all of this comes to you as soon as possible and that you get to revel in this joy. And thank you so much for being here. See you next time. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So we're looking at your destined creative success, okay? So that's like, what is the life that you are building? What are you creating in it? And what does that look like? It can involve lots of different things, and this isn't a very long reading, so you have to understand that this is the energy that you need to hear right now in your path, okay? So I do want to say, do not let any of the messages in this reading stop you from believing in how much bigger things can get. So what you need to hear now is this message. However, this is just, I can already tell that this is just about the phase or the stage that you're in right this minute. So there's a lot more to come after the stuff that we're going to talk about in this reading. So stay grounded during this reading, and remember that this is not about the complete end of your story. The reason I'm saying that is because you guys have so much that you're going to accomplish in this life, and it's extremely powerful stuff. And I know that a lot is going to change in your life as a whole. It's too much for me to talk about in a small reading. And I think that you guys can sense the power that you hold within you. And you know that your life is going to basically involve like big changes. This could also be big changes on a global scale that don't just include your life. It could be that you will experience in your life a big shift in your country, where you're living, or something like that involves other people, a greater community that's going to impact your life story, okay? But in terms of, let's bring it back down, let's ground this energy. So we're talking about your creative success, your creative trajectory. You are currently building something. You're mastering something. You're mastering a system. You're mastering an art. You're mastering something. You've been doing a lot of work. That's what I'm going to say. You've been putting in a lot of work. You've been learning, and you've been mastering a skill. You are currently at this point where you are about to shift into, or you're being called to shift into, this really, really powerful emperor energy, where you are basically building a business from this craft. So you're building a business, or you're building wealth and like an empire of some kind from this thing that you do, this art or this craft or this like thing that you've been learning how to do. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. It could be like just some kind of skill that you have built up and started perfecting. So this is but the thing is that you actually can feel this, that to build this into a business, build this into an empire, it will require you, and it is requiring of you, to become your most authentic self, to show who you truly are to the world, and to allow that to change your life. The King of Pentacles is here saying that you are made to be a leader. You're also made to be wealthy. So you are going to bring wealth to others. Something about what you do, it like roots wealth and abundance into this world. It's whatever you talk about, whatever you bring here, whatever your business is, it is literally making the collective experience. It has something to do with that. It's something to do with bringing knowledge to the world, bringing insight to the world, and helping others to do the same. I think you free people out of their out of like indecision, basically. That's what I'm getting. There's a lot of different energies here. You see clearly through the bullshit, and you know you guys could even be lawyers. Like, seriously. Or you do some kind of legal work, or something that you're creating and building in this world helps others in some way, or delves into a world of finance, justice, law. I don't know why I'm getting these. I think it's because of the energies of justice. The Emperor and the King of Pentacles together are giving me this energy that you guys have. You guys have a big part of your guys' creative destiny has to do with these themes of property, stability, ownership, and also mastery, leadership, guiding others, leading others is what I'm really getting. I'm not getting for you guys that you are like guides, as in coaches or teachers. I'm getting more that it's like you are owners, you're CEOs, you're directors, or you're entrepreneurs. You could also be consultants. Like, that's as far as I'm getting. Like, you have very much a leadership and a powerful energy to you, and that's what you're destined to do, destined to create. Now, on the next, the underlying energy, this is what I'm getting. This is something that I can tell you have had to work through, or you're going to have to work through, or these are energies that you're kind of in conflict with or in battling. You have to reach a point where you can release, what's the word I'm looking for? Where you can release inauthenticity and the need to protect yourself and the need to hide yourself. You don't want to look at certain things. This is what I'm getting. You don't want to look at certain aspects of your being. You don't want to look at the truth sometimes. You don't want to look at the reality of your situation, of who you really are and how things are really going. You need, with justice, to look at things from a purely rational point of view. And I don't always say this because a lot of the time in these readings we get really spiritual messages that have to do with manifestation and feeling and being in the body and just like believing to make it real. But you guys have to release a pattern of not seeing things as they really are. You need to give yourself justice. And the way that you're going to do this actually is through becoming extremely honest with yourself, taking off your blindfold, taking off your not blinkers, but blinders that like the kind of thing that horses wear so that they can't be distracted. You actually need to. No, this is the thing. I think this is the message that's coming through, is you have a tendency to allow yourself to be distracted, and what you really need, like from the truth, what you really need to do is become focused, but also become like open your eyes completely so that you can see your situation exactly as it is. I think that your creative success has led you to that your creative path so far up into this point has led you on a journey that has brought you this dichotomy of energy between leadership and truth and kind of sneaky behind the scenes energy. You haven't known up until this point how to claim your power, how to claim that personal truth, and how to change your life. This is something that you are this is literally actually the key component, the center, the core of your creative destiny. It's to learn how to do this, to learn how to become your most powerful, most grounded, most embodied self, and to claim space, to claim your power. You've been afraid of being powerful. You've been afraid of being clear, of being the one who rules in your domain. With justice, you are meant to make decisions, man. You're meant to literally make calls and to be able to see what is happening in your life with a very clear vision, to weigh up options, to make decisions as they need to be made, and to allow yourself to be that powerful force in your life. A problem that I have seen coming up for you, however, is not believing in yourself. So having this issue of self-doubt, also of not believing in your innate sense of clarity and discernment. You have clarity and discernment. You have mastered your skills. You know what it is that you're doing, but you have a tendency to doubt that. You also have a tendency to start things and not follow through. So starting paths, or really enjoying that process of beginning, because there's something kind of like low pressure about it, but not following through on it. Sorry about this reading being kind of a read, but this is just what it is. You need to take more responsibility and follow through for your vision and for what you're creating, because this is also very Aries energy. So you might have Aries or first house energy in your chart pretty significantly. You need to balance this out with the energy of justice. I'm getting Libra Aries axis, so that could be North Node, South Node for you. It could also just be pretty significant energies for you. So yeah, you really need to, I don't know why this is becoming an advice reading, but it seems to be, because I think you're in this state where you're capable of having this like really big presence, this really big powerful force to move forward on your goals and your dreams, and to ground and root your craft into something real. But for some reason you haven't been being honest with yourself about these things, about who you are and about what you're doing here, about what you want to be doing. But also, this is the thing, you already have started. So why would you doubt what you've already started to create? It's time. This is the thing with 10 of Pentacles. Your timing is now to step into Emperor, King of Pentacles energy. This old phase of being unsure, of not really paying attention to the truth, the realities of the energies in your life, whether they're working for you or not. You're kind of behind the scenes, like trying things out, testing things out, not really knowing, or not really committing. The energy of not being fully honest with yourself about, what you want. Also kind of sneaking behind the scenes and not being fully open to your world and your community about who and what you're doing. That era is over. It's overdue. If you're still thinking you're in that energy, you're not. But you might be like holding on to the remains of that energy when really it's actually gone. It should have been washed out. It should have already, you have already grown. So it's almost like you're wearing shoes that are too small. That's really what I'm getting. You're powerful. You are a powerful, powerful person. And you deserve to just fucking be in your power. You're building a business. You're building a business. You're building an empire. Whether or not you work in those fields I was saying earlier, but you might actually just be like an artist or a creative of any kind. But the point is that you're supposed to be building this business. But you do have this like powerful discerning energy of making calls, making decisions. So you're like a CEO of your world, and yet you've been playing small and allowing people to not know you, allowing people to not see you. You have to let go of that. Something that you need to, so the energy that you need to step into, okay, that you need to unlock right now. Okay, listen up. This is really important. you need to step into, this is so interesting how it's 5 of Swords. You need to step into being okay with disappointing people, being okay with winning. Okay? That's the thing. That's the key. You have guilt and fear around winning, around being powerful. Hey, that's a good thing. That's a good sign. I mean, that shows that you have conscience. It shows that you care about the well-being of others, and you don't want to be a destructive or manipulative force in the world. You want to do good things. You want to be just. Yes, you know you are meant to be a leader, but you also want to be just. You want to bring justice to the world. You want to be fair. You want to be on the side of light and well-being and goodness and, strength. You don't want to be hurting people. However, you're not going to get anywhere until you own your power. And part of owning your power is letting yourself win and letting others walk away if they have to. If they can't handle your success, if they can't handle your energy, you have to be able to let them walk away. And that is really difficult to learn how to do, because it involves you taking care of your nervous system to such a degree that you won't fucking flip if other people do get offended or leave you or something. You need to be so secure in yourself that you can handle and you know that you're safe even when things feel sad or when things have to leave your world. You're also being encouraged to step into this 4 of Wands Chariot energy, which is it's so amazing. It's like momentum coming home to yourself. This is believing in it's believing in your power. Believing in your ability to run the show and to be a leader and a guide for others. This is, the 4 of Wands for me is a homecoming card. This is what you're meant to be doing. This is where you're meant to be. So you need to be allowing yourself to be this person, to be this chariot person, to be the director of your own life. I am also seeing a desire for a relationship, for family life and harmony, and this beautiful, gorgeous soulmate relationship that brings wealth and abundance into your world and your community. This came up at the end of your reading, and this World card, to tell you that this is absolutely part of your destined success. It's just not what we're talking about today. The Hanged Man is here saying, hold on. This is we're putting a pin in that for now, okay? Because that's not as important as this, because this is what is going to unlock your power so that you can then manifest and draw in the 10 of Cups, which is your emotional fulfillment. And all of that happens simultaneously almost, really, really quickly. It's not something that you have to worry, because what's in the cards for you is deep fulfillment and the fulfillment of all your dreams. This World card is completion. You will find completion. You will find that wholeness. You're not going to just build a business and then be alone. You're going to build a business and then you're going to be with your counterpart so that you can enjoy that world that you build. And that's so, so beautiful. You need to allow yourself to take this opportunity and to move with momentum and to accept abundance. But right now it's about you moving forward, you becoming who you are. Get bigger get louder, get more movement in there. Allow yourself to be seen, take up space. The Chariot is also a celestial objects card for me, so it signifies the sun and or the moon. We wouldn't be here without the sun or the moon, okay? You literally, and they're visible in the sky. Like, we see them. We have to look at them. We worship them, and they give us life. And that's the kind of presence that you have. That's the kind of power that you have in this world for the people that you're going to be working with or for or towards. Like, what you create is here to support the life and the livelihood and the well-being of other people in whatever way. You also are meant to be a leader and meant to create harmony in this world. And you can be big and powerful and do that. In fact, you have to be. This is how it's going to work out for you. Okay? So that's your reading, pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you all the best in this journey, and I hope to see you here again soon. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So we're doing creative destiny success story here. And I just want to go with it because I can already feel your energy. You guys are beautiful. You have a really, really beautiful heart. You're definitely here to bring something really good and beautiful into the world, something very creative that comes really from your heart of hearts. You've been through a lot as well. I'm hearing like you have a lot of emotional burden that's been placed on you. Also, I think you've probably been through some traumatic experiences too. We won't go into that. I'm not going to create some kind of like trigger warning reading here, but I do just want to tend to that part of you because I think that you've been through so much and you've come to this reading knowing that you're here to do something, knowing that you're here to make an impact on this world and to do something meaningful, but you are doubting what that thing is. And that's the main thing that I'm really hearing is, what if I'm not meant to do this? Or how am I supposed to know what it is that I'm meant to do? I have an idea, but is it really going to bring me that success? Is this really worth it? Is this possible? You're doubting whether or not you're on the right path. If this is resonating with you, then hang out because this is going to get good. So the moon in reverse, I'm seeing there definitely is confusion. The main theme of your reading is this kind of confusion that I'm feeling from you. But it's not confusion like you have no idea what the hell you're doing or that you don't even know what's going on. Knight of Pentacles. You do know who you are. You know what it is that you like. You know that you want to create something of yourself and to build wealth from it, to be successful with it. But your confusion comes from actually trusting in that and trusting that you're not being deluded and that you're not being kind of guided down the wrong path. You aren't always sure that you can see the truth here. You're not always sure that the path that you're on is a trustworthy one, or that you're not careening off direction, like off kilter. You're not sure that you can always trust yourself and your own guidance and your own driving of the cart. So I think that in the past, or up until now, or something that you struggle with is letting the ideas of others dictate what it is that you're doing and how you should be running your life and what direction you're going in. So you're taking other people's advice or other people's voices or other people's ideas and trying to incorporate them into your own life or into your trajectory. There's nothing wrong with this. It's actually like kind of a brilliant tactic because it's allowing you to experiment and find out how things feel. But the reading is kind of bringing this up because you are meant to create something that's very authentic. And at some point, what's necessary is this shattering of illusion that it will ultimately be freeing for you and grounding for you, and it'll liberate you into your own creative purity, like your creative authenticity. But it is kind of an intense thing to experience, is like a shattering of illusion, or realizing that nothing else, nothing outside of you can get you here, can tell you how to do this. It has to come from you. And that's such a, this journey, I really understand this because I was definitely in a similar energy in the past. And it's like knowing that you're good at stuff, knowing that you can do stuff, and actually really liking to do certain things. You know what I mean? Like you have some skills and talents and practices and mediums that you do really like, that you have been working on, that you've been creating, you've been doing probably quite a bit. You might have just one thing or two things that you're really focusing on, but you have built up quite a lot of experience doing this thing, and you've become quite good at it. But for some reason, you still don't believe that it's the answer, or that it's the direction that you're going in. Like, this is the thing. It's like you think that this thing that you've been building, or this thing that you've been mastering, or slowly but surely developing, you think that that's not it. I don't know why. You think that this can't be it. So constantly you're having this like experience of your mind kind of like collapsing or shattering and becoming really confused about your path, because for some reason you don't believe that the thing that you're already doing is what's going to lead you towards your manifestation, or towards your dream, or towards your, do you know what I mean? Like towards the end goal. You think that for some reason it can't possibly be this thing that can take you there, when in fact the energy is all saying that it is exactly, this is what leads to your sun, to your, not your sun like child, but to your like sunshine, to your, this is your pure creative self that's being expressed. Because you're like, you have to understand that you expressing your creativity through this means, through this practice that you do, that you already engage in. Okay, so let's say it's like paintings, or you make little things, like you're a jewelry artist, or you create online content or something, like whatever it is that you create, or maybe you make clothes. I'm really getting that. This is your creative energy. This is it. This is what it's doing. And for some reason, like this is how it wants to be expressed. For some reason, you think that this is not going to get you anywhere. And I want to look at why and whether or not you're right or not, because I don't think you're right. But let's just like look into this, because for some reason, you're very, very burdened by like it's like the weight of other people's fucking beliefs. This is what this is. This is a child holding the weight and the trauma of other fucking people, of like your family, your ancestors. And it has completely confused you. It has like confused your ability to distinguish what is reality and what isn't, and what's right for you. Your poor little like, sweet inner child needs care. Like your inner child needs to be liberated from the weight that has been put on it, or the limitations, or the pain, or the whatever, the confusion that has been put on it, put on you at a young age. You need to do inner child work. Okay, that's coming through real strong. Your inner child is key to your creative energy anyway. With the sun, Leo, like usually in this card there is a kid, like a kid on a horse. That's like the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. So what I'm really hearing for you guys is like key to your creative success and your trajectory is to do inner child work. That's going to liberate you into this like hot mama, like baddie, bad bitch vibe. Because once you have your inner child taken care of, Everything flows from there. It's amazing. One second, boo. Okay, sorry, I got distracted by someone outside. So, yeah, so pile number 3. Your key to your success, your creative success, and to your destiny that's going to unlock your creative destiny, it very, very strongly has to do with emotional healing and healing your inner child and letting go of the burdens of the emotional and energetic weight that has been put on you by others. You need to unclaim that. You need to unclaim the notion that like you are responsible to others, that you have to like take on everybody else's beliefs. Also, this is not just a thing about like healing trauma. This is like other people's opinions and ways of doing things. If you take on too many ideas or too many ways, then you're going to get lost in the sauce of too much noise, basically. And you won't be able to hear your own particular drive, your own particular inner voice. That's the thing with your 9 of Pentacles here. Your creative destiny is meant to be something that unlocks your personal power and that taps you into your unique inner guidance. And I think you've been struggling to learn or to make like aligned decisions because you've actually been unconsciously putting your power in other people's hands or allowing other people's energy to like cling to you and to influence you in some way. And so you haven't been listening to your inner truth to the degree that you should, because that's all you need. That's the thing. You've been getting overly confused by the external stimulus and by options. Simplify. Bring everything back to the thing that you already do. Get centered in your creative energy, centered in joy. Again, this message comes up a lot, but it's like, get centered in what actually makes you feel happy and joyful. That's the thing. Okay, so 6 of Cups. This is about your inner child. Okay, you want to hear the key? This is going to be the theme throughout your life for your creativity, for your creative destiny. Your creative destiny lies in the hands of your inner child. What your inner child, your inner kid, your inner teen liked to do, the thing that it connected with the most, the place where they felt the most understood, the kinds of feelings and relationships and play and stimulus that inner child liked the most. That's the key to your success. That's the key to your creative fulfillment. And it's also what you're literally destined to do. You're destined to heal and liberate your inner child. And that is actually going to be the key that unlocks you from this sense of confusion and this sense of like burdening, like heaviness. It's because the world that we live in right now is not, it's not outwardly messaging to you that is like a, that that's like allowed. Okay, that's why you struggle right now. It's because that's how simple it really is. But our world is not allowing us to believe that fully or to actually enact that. You are here. Your destiny is meant to do that so that you can shed this beautiful, first of all, shed the burdens and then illuminate the world through this like pure, playful energy. You're meant to do whatever you want to do. And for somebody who struggles from indecision or confusion, I know that that's a freaky thing to hear. It's annoying even to hear. Like, I totally get that. But you have to listen to the words then that I'm saying and actually believe me, which is ironic because you're not supposed to be doing that. Okay, so basically I'm not going to tell you to do anything. All I'm going to tell you to do is meditate and go inward and talk to your inner child, because your inner child's going to give you the key. It's going to give you the answer. Oh yeah, Page of Cups. Here we go. That's exactly it. You need to journey inward, journey into your emotional, psychological realm, and tend to that kid. Ask it, what the hell? What is burdening you? What did you not get? What did you wish you had? What did you really love? And where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? Tell me what you want to be doing, man. Let's go. And then give that child what it needs. The Nine of Pentacles here is like a single badass lady, but I do also feel that she's in that state of like, she's not a mother, but she's like an auntie, you know what I mean? She can be a mother if she wants to though. And she has like animals and stuff. So this is about liberating yourself into your personal power, into your badass auntie energy, taking care of your little kid, being big sister, grown up big sister to that little kid inside you, and allowing yourself to be like exactly the fuck who you want to be and who you always were. It has nothing to do with the noise around you. It has nothing to do with what people in the past have, what burdens they've placed on you. It also has nothing to do with what the world says is possible or okay or like acceptable. Fuck them. Your whole creative destiny is about simplifying and being in your inner child's pure creative energy. Show me what you're doing. Like seriously, like I can't tell you. The whole point of this is that you are supposed to tell me what you're doing. You're supposed to just fucking do it. And then watch how your world transforms. Watch how amazing you feel. Watch how your abundance grows around you. Watch the wealth be magnetized to you. All you have to do is exactly what you've always known you can do. And that's it. And that's your message. And I'm leaving it there. And that's fucking dope. So thank you so much for being here. Hope to see you around here soon. Personal readings are available if you are interested. Info in description. Bye. See you next time.